Alright guys, so following on from last week's video using the magnet tool in Helium 10 to help us do keyword research for our yoga mats product, we're going to do some more keyword research in this video, but actually using the Cerebro tool, which is an amazing reverse ASIN search tool. And if you don't know what that is, we're going to go through in this video, so don't you worry at all. But before we get into that, if you haven't already, subscribe down below and of course click the bell notification and just admire the new merch, which I'm actually loving. So with all that said, let's get into the video. Alright guys, so before we actually get stuck in using the Cerebro tool on Helium 10 to do reverse ASIN searches on all of our top competitors, I first want to make you aware of the discount links in the description below, up to 50% off and up to 10% recurring commissions every single month you are signed up to the Helium 10 suite. So with that 50% commission, I think it's like 35-40 quid a month for Helium 10, which for all of these keyword tools, listing creation, launching, profit, email automation, product research like finders and Chrome extensions, all of that for around 35-40 quid for your first month is basically pennies, guys. When you're investing thousands of pounds into stock, 30 odd quid, 35 quid just to find your keywords, make your listing and do these types of things, it really is pennies, guys. Anyone who wouldn't do that is crazy not to invest in their Amazon business like that. So with that said, you can find all of that in one of the first links below, probably I'll put it there. But moving on to the actual video, we're going to kick this off in the magnet tool as we did with our last video. And I'm actually going to cover the top products box here, which actually shows you the kind of the best products for the keyword you've typed in here. So we've searched yoga mat, and these are the top 3 products for yoga mat. So if we actually come across to Amazon here, where I've already searched it, we can see those products here right at the very top of the search results. So we know they are definitely the top keywords, and what we can do is click to open in Cerebro. So if we go ahead and, for example, click this one here, we can go ahead and open it straight up in the Cerebro tool. So I've already gone ahead and opened that up and searched it. So you just want to make sure you're in .co.uk here. And it brings up all of the stuff. It looks exactly like the magnet tool. There's very little difference apart from what we can actually do in a minute with these keywords to find the ones we really want to target. Because what I actually use the Cerebro tool for is to find the keywords that I want to target and I really want to go down on. So the top 10 to 15 keywords I want to target when I launch my product. So the magnet tool and even some of the keywords we find here are all finding as keywords that we can use in our listing, our title, and all these different things. But the reverse ASIN search, which for those of you who don't know, actually takes products or listings on Amazon and kind of finds all the places they're ranked on Amazon. So for this product here, it could be ranked on page 300 for yoga mat accessories or something. It's going to find that. So everywhere this product's ranked, Cerebro will find. So with this one, I like to see all my competitors are actually ranked on Amazon, so I can see that if they're ranked on the first spot for this keyword and it's got loads of search volumes and it's not very competitive, this is probably a good keyword for me to attack and target when I launch my product. So that's what I really use the Cerebro tool for, and that's what I'm going to show you how to do in this video. So when we first search this product here, we get all the metrics here of how many keywords it's found, the frequently bought together items, and the top word frequencies. But the real magic, of course, happens in the same place as it does with the magnet tool, which is actually down here, where we find 2,351 keywords that the Cerebro tool has found by doing a reverse ASIN search on our listing. So we can see that for the organic rank over here in the far right, our listing is ranked 264 for the keyword camp and accessories, 196 for resistance bands, and so on. So it's already ranked in terms of search volume. So we can see this list here. If it is in a random order, just click the search volume and it'll bring it from highest to lowest, which is exactly what we want. But looking through these keywords, we can see pull-up bar, skipping rope, foam roller, and I'm sure you'll know these keywords aren't really relevant to our product, the yoga mat. They may be slightly relevant, they may be relevant enough for it to organically rank on some of their pages, but that doesn't necessarily mean it's a keyword we want to target when launching our product. We don't want to go ahead and target foam roller and skipping rope and pull-up bar for our PPC when we're launching our yoga mat, just because these results show that it organically ranks there. So how do we actually filter down these keywords to find ones that are actually going to be relevant for our product, that we can actually target with PPC and get sales and actually be truly relevant for? So if we come here to some of the filters, we've got the search volume, Cerebro IQ score, organic rank, word count, match type, and if we quickly drop down here, we've got a few more. And most of these guys I've never ever used, but the one that's great to use with the Cerebro tool is organic rank. Because we don't want to find products that this listing is organically ranking at spot 264, because that obviously shows us that that keyword isn't that relevant. If we're ranking that far back, it's not very useful to us. We want to be finding keywords that this listing's on the first page for, the first spot, the second spot, so we know that it's extremely relevant and they're probably getting sales from that keyword. So if we go over here to the organic rank metric here and put it to a max of say 10, so we're only going to find keywords where this is ranked in the top 10 listings. So any keywords we find now are going to be pretty relevant to our product. So we found 2,351. How much is that going to actually filter down just by applying this one filter? So as we can see, it's come right down to 1,140, which is a drastic decrease, almost, well, more than half of what we had before. So now we can see yoga mat, foam roller, sleeping mat, yoga block, exercise ball, gym mat. So they're slightly more targeted, but not a huge amount. They're not enough to still target these keywords. We don't want to be targeting sleeping mat and ab roller, yoga socks. These still aren't that close to our main keywords. So we obviously still need to filter it down a tiny bit more to find the keywords that we actually want to target with our PPC when launching this product. So we've got a bunch of kind of not really related products here. So if we go to the show phrases that contains tab here and put in the word yoga, so we're only going to be shown phrases now that contain the word yoga. So that's going to be very, very relevant to our main product being a yoga mat, because I wouldn't say there's too many ways to target this keyword that don't include the word yoga. And you may have seen in my past video where I used the magnet tool that we didn't really do this so much, so we found keywords like gym mat, like exercise mat to use in our bullets and description and backend keywords, so we could still actually get some organic rank for them. But with this method, we're actually trying to find keywords to directly target with PPC and to really try and go for to rank our product when we're going through our launch phase. So these kind of keywords like exercise mat, like gym mat, that our product may be slightly relevant for, we might get a few sales from, because they're not going to be the ones that we're directly targeting, we don't have to worry about excluding them from this search, because we're trying to find our top 10 keywords, and unfortunately exercise mat and gym mat and keywords that are kind of loosely related aren't going to make that top 10 cut. So if we look at the keywords we've got now, we've got yoga mats, yoga block, yoga socks. So still we've got thick yoga mat thick, and some keywords that are definitely more targeted again. So we've got yoga mat non-slip, yoga mat misspelled, and these kind of keywords that we're definitely getting closer, but we're still not all the way there. So the thing that I found to really target this down to the best keywords is to go up here to the match type and select organic and also Amazon recommended. So if we go ahead and apply that, this basically what I found is going to give you the very, very like most targeted list of keywords you can possibly get for your product. So if we come down again now and now look at them, we've got yoga mat, yoga mats, yoga mat thick, thick yoga mats, yoga mat non-slip. All of these keywords, no matter how far down you go, they are all targeted to our product. There's nothing here that isn't that targeted. So some people may go here and just put in yoga mat because obviously that's going to bring up loads of targeted keywords, but then what you're going to miss out on is the S's. So yoga mats instead of just yoga mat. You're going to miss out on the yoga mat like misspelled for double T, which is still getting around 782 searches per month, which is still a very, very large amount of searches for a misspelling that people will miss out on if they put yoga mat. Hence why I've just got yoga mat in this spot here. So by using these filters here, guys, I found a list of 99 keywords that are extremely relevant to my product. So if we go ahead and export this as a CSV here for an Excel file, then we can actually look at it and break down and find our top, say 10-15 keywords that we want to target with PPC exact match to launch our product and really try to rank for when we're trying to push this product into the market for the first time. So guys, after exporting that as a CSV, you can see here on the left exactly what you get when you bring it back from the Helium 10 Cerebro tool, which it gives you tons of data and loads of information that can be extremely useful, along with all the keywords, but this is a bit too much information and a lot of this isn't really that relevant to choosing our main keywords. So what I've gone ahead and done on the right here is actually remove a lot of those columns and then found the top, say 10-ish keywords that I think would be the best ones to target. So if we go ahead and close this tab now and make sure that this one is very clearly visible, because this is the one that we really want to target to show you guys what I'm talking about. So I've just left the search volume and the 8-day giveaways so that we can see, is a keyword relevant enough to get enough search volume that we should target it, and how hard is that keyword going to be to rank for. So you can see here that obviously yoga mat is the top keyword with a search volume of over 50,000 searches per month, which is an absolutely crazy amount. But also the 8-day giveaways are just as high. So you would have to, well, not necessarily give away, but I guess kind of sell 900-ish units in an 8-day period to get on the first page of this product according to this metric here, which when first launching a product that isn't feasible, we don't want to go for the absolute main keyword if it's that competitive, because we're just going to burn through just hundreds of pounds trying to get to that first page and rank there organically. That it's not even going to be worth it for us. So what I tend to do when I'm first launching a product, depending on your budget and the product and how competitive these keywords are, is look for keywords that aren't as competitive. So maybe the 8-day sales aren't too high, but also has a decent enough search volume to make it worthwhile, so we can actually get sales for that keyword. So this is kind of a rough estimate. I don't know how accurate it is, but I go on the search volume mainly. So if we look at yoga mats, yoga thick mat, and just kind of these main keywords here, up until the point that they get a bit more loose. So I would say when you get to maybe outdoor yoga mat 30 millimeters, Amazon yoga mat, this is when it starts to go a bit more vague in terms of the keywords, where you can also see the search volume start to die down because they're not as targeted. So if we go from extra thick yoga mat right up to yoga mats, we can see it's got a decent search volume from 182 up to 2,639, and the 8-day giveaway is just kind of our gauge of competition. Like I said, I don't know how accurate this is, isn't too high. So up here for the main keyword, you've got around 900, but here it's between 80 and 8, which is very, very achievable to target these keywords with PPC and get on that first page. So I've pulled out these keywords here, as you'll see, and these are kind of the top, I don't know how many there is, top 9 keywords that I would target when I'm doing my PPC. When I'm trying to launch a product, this is the holy grail of what I would be going for. Of course, that doesn't mean I wouldn't have yoga mat in my description, my title, and really try and focus on that keyword, but I definitely want to make sure that these top keywords are in my title or in my bullet points or in my description, because these are the ones that I'm really going to be trying to rank for when I'm first launching my product. So that's what I use the Cerebro tool for, guys. That's how I break it down into my most targeted keywords for my product. And I hope you've enjoyed this video. If you have, I'd really appreciate it if you subscribe down below, click the bell notification, and gave the video a comment on what you thought, if it's helpful, and if you like any more videos like this. So as I said, I hope you'll enjoy the video, and I'll see you in the next one.